We're gonna punch this cow or kick this cow right here, you know. As good as any. Boom. That was right on the dot. 200 mil strength EXP acquired. This is my first ever skill 200 mil on any account. As soon as I finished Guardians of the Rift, I made my way over to Zaya, and not long after, here we are at 78 rune crafting already. We can now craft 4 earth runes per essence. So we're going to be doing blood runes for the foreseeable future here up until we hit 90, in which we're going to transition over to soul runes. These runes are obviously very, very important. Blood runes for the scythe and barraging, thralls, things of that nature, and soul runes mostly for the shadow. At this point in time, I don't really have any concrete goals I want to go after other than to simply keep skilling and progressing towards max on this account. Not sure what's in the cards for wait for it, our GM account at this point in time. So in the meanwhile, I'll progress where I can. We will likely be racking up a good couple more rune crafting levels before we decide on something. The rune crafting continues, and I'm pretty sure this batch is going to get us to 79 rune crafting. Blood bark helmet. Not something that's really going to be relevant for us, I don't think. Another day at Zaya, and we hit 80 rune crafting. I've been so AFK here, I actually missed out on the level up message. I didn't even realize we were close to 80, but there we have it. Yeah, we're going to be parked out here for a while. I'm actually working on a new account, new series, so I don't know if by the time this comes out, whether that series is already ongoing or not, but either stay tuned or do check it out. For the last few weeks to months now, honestly, I'm not too sure. I've pretty much lost track of time, but much of our focus has been on 416 Hero, progressing towards max, doing a whole bunch of different skills, most recently Guardians of the Rift, in which we hit 77 rune crafting, and as you see in the previous clips, we've been parked at Zaya rune crafting ever since. Well, where does that leave us on this account? To be honest, we haven't done too much recently. Bit of raiding here and there, but honestly, haven't even been logged into this account at all. So while we have 416 Hero out there rune crafting away, we're going to do some tidying up, some cleaning up, some chores, if you will, Ironman chores, on wait for it here. First things first, because of all the raiding we've been doing, my scythe is very, very low on charges. At just 453. Honestly, that is probably the lowest I've seen it, short of it being completely uncharged for a long time now. So I have my blood runes in my inventory. Let's gather some vials as well. Let's just withdraw all of it. And let's fill this well up with a bunch of charges, and we'll just top up the Sanguinesti stuff. Not Sanguinesti stuff. The Scythe of Bitter. There we go. We're up to nearly full charges, and I don't know. I don't like to keep the charges in the well, so we're just going to take it back. And that leaves us with 18,000 blood runes remaining. We had like 58,000. Vials of blood, though, we're always going to be good on that. We've just done so many Theater of Blood. The next thing we have to deal with is the Tumican Shadow. We also have sub 1,000 charges in it, 722. Now this one though, while we do have the soul runes in our bank, we have absolutely no chaos runes. When it comes to runes, I have no problems upkeeping blood runes or soul runes, things of that nature, astral runes, lunars, but when it comes to chaos, unfortunately it's just not efficient to runecraft them. Instead, you're better off buying them. And unfortunately for us, we only have, just shy of 2.4 mil. But we do have a whole bunch of alchables. These pickaxes were from our Calvarion grind from relatively recently. And instead of high alching them, because these days I can't really be bothered to high alch, especially with bulks like this, we're just going to head to Rogue's Den, and we'll be selling a couple items and then world hopping. So 5 rune chains, pickaxes. You can already see I have set these things to sell 5 left click. So nice and easy. We'll be world hopping. Not exactly the most interesting thing in the world, but actually beats high alching all these items, to be honest, because that's a lot of clicking. I'll just say at the time of this recording, right now, Leagues is going on in 2026. And unfortunately, for me anyways, Leagues lasts a whole 2 months. Leagues isn't something that has interest in me, unfortunately, so I just haven't tapped into it at all. But as a result, they've done no updates in the main game, aside from like a few bug fixes here and there. And as an end game Ironman, well, what is there to do? Honestly, not much. So that's where we are at this point in time. I'm sure I can, set myself up to find some grinds to do and maybe start pet hunting or something. I think I've touched on that a few times, but I just haven't gotten around to actually committing to anything. Well, maybe after I do these Ironman chores, I can figure something out. Okay, so after all of that, we managed to scrounge up 5.4 mil. I still have alks in the bank, but I mean, it's just a lot to get through and I can't be bothered right now. So we hit up the rune shop with Aubrey here and we're going to be buying chaos packs. Yeah, unfortunately, this is just the best way about doing it. I think if you do the Scar Essence, you end up just losing way more GP than it's worth. I think anyways. Unfortunately, this is also shopscaping and world hopping content. Not exactly the most exciting thing. I never really liked doing it, but it's just part of it, part of what it is. So yeah, we're going to be buying up chaos runes, and the shadow, let me tell you, it slurps chaos runes at 5 chaos runes 8 cast, which is absolutely ridiculous. The soul runes honestly aren't so bad, although my stack of soul runes here, 347,000. That is a lot, but I used to have nearly double the stack, and it's just been slowly dwindling away between barraging, thralls, I think. Some form of thralls might use soul runes. Never mind, they don't. I played this game, by the way. But yeah, barraging and the shadow. Obviously, like 99% of the cost has been the shadow, honestly. Okay, I've had enough of world hopping. We managed to scrounge up 25k chaos runes, and that's about 5,100 shadow charges. So we're up to nearly 6k. That should last us for a little bit, unless we just do a ton of TOA or something, I don't know. Well, with the mega rares charged, now what? Well, we're actually running a little low on black chins. I don't go through too many of these, as the only place I use chins is actually Tob, and even then it's only like a couple of chins per raid as North Freeze in hard mode Tob specifically, or if I ever do the range roll, which honestly with the people I raid with, it's not too often. But we're going to stock up on black chins anyways. If I can find the teleport into the wilderness, yep, there we go, with our max cape. Teleports us straight to the black chins area, and I forgot box traps. And we're back, this time with the box traps. So we do have a knife and a T-clog because you can 3-tick manipulate this. Okay, let's check back in with 416 Hero. I stopped black chin hunting already, totally on purpose and not because I accidentally fletched my T-clog. But yeah, anyways, here on 416 Hero, we're up to 37,000 blood runes now. And obviously, we're here for rune crafting, but we're picking up some crafting EXP as well, and we're actually getting pretty close to 91 crafting. Now, I actually do have 99 crafting banked in the form of gems and even some other stuff if it comes down to it. But I'm holding off on that just because I know I'm going to be gaining a whole bunch of crafting EXP doing this. I don't know what level we're going to get to, but I might as well make use of being a little macro efficient. And after some more bank standing trying to figure out what to do, I found another thing that we need to do some upkeep on, and that is going to be some fishing, specifically trawling for bluefins. We do have a lot of karambwans from 99 cooking on 416 Hero, and we still have plenty of anglerfish. But bluefins are very, very good because they heal as much as anglerfish do, being 22 health, but they also give you 5 HP back. So we're going to be snagging some bluefins, and we'll be catching the occasional marlins, which are 24 health a pop. So yeah, we're going to get to it. It's been a long time since I did any trolling. Last time I did trolling was closer to the release of sailing. So yeah, we'll have to figure out if we remember how to even do this. Currently, we're heading to one of the bluefin shoals, which I believe is south of, what is this island even called? Sunbleak Island. That's where the ironwoods are. Oh, I forgot to load the offcuts and the crates for that matter. They're just still sitting in my inventory. We do have fine fish offcuts and we have fish crates so that each crate respectively will hold 10 fish at a time. Okay, so we're going to chuck the fine fish offcuts in there and we're going to chuck all the fish crates in there. I don't know if I cut myself off or not, but the fish crates are essentially 10 fish per crate. So yeah, that we can potentially catch a lot of fish. I do believe it's around 600 fish per hour, give or take. So definitely one of the best fishing methods for actually good food these days. Definitely more effort than regular traditional fishing, but you know, it just depends what you want, I suppose. So there are a few sailing related plugins that just make everything easier, so my screen could look kind of crazy right now. Long-term viewers of the series will know that I'm not much of a clogger. In fact, not one bit. So that's actually the reason why we have 416 Hero in the first place and why we're a Dolo Gim, because I simply just ran out of things I wanted to do on wait for it here. But on the topic of clogging, there are potential clogs here at trawling because you can get what is the equivalent of like regular fish, where you get big shark, big swordfish. I don't quite know what it is for trawling, but there's that version of it too. And there's a lot of different ones. There's like 8 or 9 different types of fish that you can get from trawling exclusively. So if we stick around long enough, maybe we'll get our hands on one of those. To be fair though, I don't think I've done enough trawling just yet to warrant getting one of them. If we're going to be trawling a little bit more often these days, I should probably fix up these plugins, because between the actual things, like I think that's like seaweed or whatever in the ocean, and then these outlines from these plugins, man, is it hard on the eyes. It's a lot to look at. Okay, I might be trolling with this, but I was fiddling with the plugins and whatnot, and we can actually just have a black background. Okay, now I don't really know what's going on. My boat has disappeared. I brought the color of the ocean back, at least. Okay, now we brought part of our boat back, at least the facilities. What is going on? So, as you may be able to tell from us just fiddling with plugins and whatnot, trawling isn't exactly the most exciting thing to do. It's like a weird middle ground. Like, you can't look away, you do have to pay attention, but at the same time I don't quite find it engaging enough. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna head back to shore now. Only did it for maybe half an hour at most, and obviously not very efficiently, so yeah, we'll get back to the dock and we'll see how many crates of fish we caught. Okay, we're back to the dock. Let's go ahead and open up the cargo hold. Again, a very inefficient 30 minutes or so, probably not even. We managed to get our hands on 15 crates of bluefin and 2 crates of marlin and then some change as well. Honestly, that's better than I expected. Again, I did this very inefficiently. So with the spare fish that didn't quite add up to 1 crate, I'm actually going to get a little bit of my fine fish offcuts back. And what we do is use our built-in chum spreader here, and we're going to break them down into fine fish offcuts. Now for the marlins, you'll notice that we got marlin scales as well. These marlin scales are going to be used for extended stamina potions. Also, I guess I'll mention this. While I did withdraw the crates into my inventory myself, alternatively, if you did go for a huge fishing session, you can actually speak to your crewmate that's going to be on the dock here, and you can bank all the cargo. So I actually left my unfilled crates in the storage, so I'm going to want Spotter Virginia to deposit it all to my bank for me. And then I got my actual fish on me, so I'm going to go ahead and empty that myself. Now these fish crates, you need camphor planks. Wait, we need to empty these. Hold on, let's withdraw these back out. So yeah, for me, I'm going to shift click to empty them, or you can just right click. So you can see that these camphor crates are now regular crates instead of fish crates. And how you turn them back into fish crates is you use ice coolers. Yes, the ones from the Slayer Master. And you put them on the crates. So the crates themselves are renewable, but you do have to purchase ice coolers. Well, it seems like we've taken ourselves across Gillinor doing a bunch of different things. A little bit of hunter, a little bit of sailing and fishing, a little bit of... Honestly, I forgot what we did earlier. Charger, Scythe, and Shadow. All of these things will set us up for future PVM grinds. Unfortunately, right now though, I just don't have that motivation to do anything just yet beyond skilling on 416 Hero. I don't know if I would call it a burnout because I still am playing the game, just not so much on this account. But amidst all the playing here and there, I did reach a few milestones. Or rather one big milestone, and we're approaching another pretty big milestone. So the one we did reach already is we surpassed 1 billion total EXP. As of right now, we're actually 1 billion and 10 mil already. And to be fair, the bulk of that actually came from combat experience from all the raids, especially strength. You can look right here. We are just under 300k EXP away from 200 mil. That's going to be my first ever 200 mil on any account. I've never played an account as much as I have on this. And you know what? That's probably why I have no idea what I want to do on this account, because the things that I initially set out to do way back when I was fresh off of Tutorial Island, I have accomplished. I've accomplished all the mega rares, and actually more recently I've even started dabbling into speedrunning solo CMs. There might be a few YouTube videos out on the channel already of me doing that. This account is definitely in a pretty weird spot where I just have no idea what to do. Every now and then I'll get a kick in motivation to do something, which is pretty evident in what I've been doing in my videos recently. Whole lot of skilling on 416 Hero, and then on occasion I do find myself getting hooked onto something on this account very briefly, like the Calvarion grind, but unfortunately still no Voidwaker Blade there after, you know what, I don't even remember what KC I'm at now, and to be honest, I don't really want to think about it right now. One day the Voidwaker will be mine, but evidently not anytime soon. So I did swap over to do some gem mining right now just to keep myself busy while I'm yapping away. Gem mining is actually still useful for me. I'm not doing this for no reason. The red topaz is always going to be good for slaughter bracelets. Maybe not so much for this account, but when we do get around to Slayer on 416 Hero, this would definitely come in very handy. And then I believe it's actually the jades, which are also useful for the Amulet of Chemistries. And that's always good for Herblore. Now, I don't know how many people do this, because to be honest, I don't know how popular gem mining actually is, much less 3-tick gem mining. But in order to 3-tick gem mine, obviously you need to understand how to 3-tick, but also, did you know the Amulet of Glory is actually a hard requirement to be able to 3-tick gem mine? So let's take off the Amulet of Glory right now, and we're going to try to 3-tick. It will work occasionally, but you can see that I'm already failing. And no, I'm not messing up the 3-tick, I'm doing it correctly. I didn't know about this, but I discovered it one day when I just simply didn't have the Amulet of Glory on me. I think I had traded it over to 416 Euro, and I just didn't really want to make another one. So I was like, you know what? All that's going to happen is I'm going to lose out on a few gems, no big deal. But then I couldn't 3-tick gem mine, and I was losing my mind. I began doubting whether or not I was 3-ticking correctly, or if the worlds were lagging, and so, like, anything but thinking anything of not having a glory. I didn't think that was the issue. I think I spent about 20 minutes until I finally did some research, and it really was because I didn't have the Amulet of Glory. 81 rune crafting. Blood bark body and legs. 91 crafting off of rune crafting. Very nice. We just hit 82 rune crafting, and that's the ability to do 2 astral runes per essence. That's actually pretty huge. We do plan on doing some astral rune crafting here and there, mostly for spellbook swapping and vengeance. We just hit level 83 rune crafting. Once again, just not paying close enough attention. Didn't even realize this level was coming up. And that is 84 rune crafting. We are up to 110k blood runes now. Another trip to the altar, and that's going to be 85 rune crafting. Another day at the mines, 86 rune crafting. At this point, I've lost track of time. I'm not even sure how long I've been out here at Zaya rune crafting for, But we are level 87, closer to 88 right now, actually. And all this time, I've been updating you guys with our rune crafting gains. But let me tell you, mining and crafting, well, you get a good bit of it here too, even though obviously it's not the primary thing. For reference here in my Rune Light sidebar, well, I've been going pretty hard at it. We've gained 209k rune crafting EXP. And in the same time frame, just passively, we've managed to get 35,000 crafting EXP, as well as 26,000 mining. And keep in mind, we're 91 crafting and 92 mining right now, so we're definitely going to pick up a level or two by the time we get to 99. Maybe even more than that, actually. I'm not too sure. Alright, we have logged back on to wait for it after probably a week or two hiatus. I mean, you've seen all the rune crafting levels we've gained over on that account. It's time to get some stuff done on this account, though. Relatively recently, oh, someone just TP'd, what the heck? Relatively recently, Sarachnis and Mole, the giant mole, received some updates in which you can upgrade your gem bag and herb sack. So we're going to be doing that today. First things first, we're going to head to Sarachnis, and I actually have no idea what the drop rates are, but I don't think it'll take too long to get the silk piece that upgrades the herb sack here at Sarachnis. Plus, it's always good to do Sarachnis to get some red spider eggs and a chance at the pet. Our starting KC at Sarachnis is 1,360. Apparently we got the jar of eyes at some point, I don't really remember that, but you can see here in the collection log, pristine spider silk, that is what we're after. Another note, there's someone currently in this world, but with the update they also added private instances. As we work on the first KC here, I'm going to pull up the wiki and take a look. It says 1 in 50 for the pristine spider silk. Now, I don't remember what the kills per hour here is, but it certainly won't take long. Maybe an hour's tops, if that. I mean, we do have the best available setup here. With the Scythe of Vitter and the Arania boots, this is practically an AFK boss. Now, I did turn the game sounds off because Sarachnis sounds are not pleasant in the slightest. We're currently on KC 1381, so I think we've been here for what, like 21 KC? But I'm just now remembering that we're very, very close to 200 mil strength. Just less than 4k now. Trying to decide if I want to do something special with that or just, you know, casually pick it up here at Sarachnis. Maybe we'll go kick a goblin in Lumbridge or something. Who knows? Alright. You only get to secure 200 mil strength or any 200 mil one time on each account. You know, I don't know too many people that do it on multiple accounts. So, yeah, here it goes. We're going to punch this cow or kick this cow right here, you know. As good as any. Boom. That was right on the dot. 200 mil strength EXP acquired. This is my first ever skill 200 mil on any account. Well, it's back to Sarachnis I go to pick up this silk thingy-majiggy, but we are forever ranked 3066 for strength. Keep in mind we are a solo GIM, so we don't actually have Ironman high scores for us. There is unofficially on Temple OSRS, but we get lumped in with the mains and we are ranked 3066. Back at Sarachnis, I've decided to put my scythe on Reap, which is going to be training attack EXP. I suppose when we're doing little things like this by ourselves, why not? Maybe if we were going for speedruns or something, we'll switch back to strength, but whenever I'm off doing things by myself where time isn't really that crucial or anything like that, I'll just go ahead and start racking up the attack EXP. Alright, brand new trip now, but this KC right here is going to be KC 1410, which is 50 KC since coming here, and that is the drop rate for the pristine spider silk. And we get it right on KC 50. Is it guaranteed? What's going on here? Is this guaranteed or is this just pure luck? What? Pick it up. Hold on, what? Let's get out of here. Okay, can confirm it is not guaranteed. We just got an incredibly lucky and coincidental that it landed on exactly our 50th KC. So with the addition of the pristine spider silk, I believe we just attach it to the herb sack. Indeed we do. Proceed with the combination. It looks pretty cool. It is now the silk-lined herb sack, and it can contain 100 of each respective herb. So it's a massive, massive upgrade. Honestly, I think you can go ahead and bring this for your herb runs these days. Before, it definitely wasn't worth bringing because the herb sack would just fill up anyways. But I mean, I don't know how big of an herb run you're doing, but I probably wouldn't end up with over 100 of one type of herb. With the herb sack now upgraded, we're going to look to upgrade our gem bag here at the Giant Mole. Now, same thing here at the Giant Mole. It is a 1 in 50 drop. The drop in question here is going to be the Immaculate Moleskin. Now, it is a little bit more complicated to upgrade the gem bag. We do just have to obtain one drop here at Mole, but there's a couple other things we need to do, which I'll get into after I pull the Immaculate Moleskin. Hopefully this won't take too long. Oh, and our starting KC was 49, so we're 2 KC in now. We are working on KC 102 now, so that's actually, what, 53 KC in, and no Immaculate Moleskin just yet. Again, it is a 1 in 50, so we're just over rate, so not too big of a deal. Hopefully we don't go 3 times dry or something, but oh my goodness, can my T-boat please hit? And there it is, Immaculate Moleskin, KC 143. Again, we came here starting at KC 49, so almost 2 times the rate, but not quite. Pretty happy with that. Let's go pick that up. And let's go figure out how to actually upgrade the gem bag, because as I said, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Alright, in my inventory, I do believe I have everything needed for this multi-step process. So obviously we just acquired the Immaculate Moleskin, and the first step we're going to be doing is we're going to be making the gem pouch. So with that, we're going to need a bolt of linen, some silk, and some thread. So let's go ahead and make that. Make a gem pouch. Yes. So now we have the gem pouch. Step number 2. With the gem pouch, we now make the gem satchel. With that, we're going to need a bolt of canvas, some silk, and some thread. So let's go ahead and do that now. Gem satchel. And with the gem satchel, we are now going to make the gem tote. And with that, we're going to need a bolt of cotton, thread again, and some silk. Gem tote acquired, and with the gem tote, I do believe now we combine it with the Immaculate Moleskin and of course the gem bag. Let's use the needle, I suppose. Yep, there we go. Gem sack acquired, and that is the final step. The gem sack can now hold all the regular gems we did before, as well as uncut opals, jades, red topaz, basically all the special gems that you would find at the gem mine. Very useful for, well, gem mining and from salvaging. The high tier salvaging areas do give out a good bit of these gems as well. Well, getting the herb sack and gem bag upgrade was pretty quick to do, nice and easy, but a nice quality of life. That's going to help on Slayer task and gem mining and things of that nature. Now, quick little check-in here back on 416 Hero. We are well on our way to 89 rune crafting. And our blood rune stack is now over 200k, so good progress there. And we're going to continue chipping away at this, but I think I do have some future plans coming up that might pull us away from this area and from skilling in general for about a week. We'll have to see, but yeah, until then, I'm going to continue rune crafting, and once we hit 90, we're going to hit soul runes instead and build a nice stack of those.